I'll give you guys everybody can hear me okay, right? Okay. So I'll give you a little, this was from Cancun. So we actually did a little bit of work there while we were there last week. That way you can use it as a tax-deductible business expense to go to Cancun if you got a good CPA, but that's a whole other topic. So what this is I'm going to show some stuff with you. Number one, this is a PowerPoint that Beachbody did, but I've added a couple slides to it because we also met with some other actually cross-line leaders, founding coaches, Milan and Kevin Jensen, and we discussed some ways for marketing and stuff like that, and I'm going to share some of the ways that they're actually using Beachbody On Demand to market their business that they've been testing that I think you guys are going to like. So, oops. Let me get this started again. All right. Ooh, that's a cool little transition. All right, so this is not going to be a really long training, so I don't know if I'm going to have time for Q&A or not, but we're going to be covering basically the product overview. You guys probably know a lot about that, so I'm not going to belabor that too much. Some coach tips and best practices, and we're not going to be doing this. So that they did some guided discussions. We're going to cover a few of those things here. So here's the overview. In case you don't know, it's unlimited streaming access to hundreds of workouts. They're going to be adding more and more all the time. To eventually they'll get up to the 100 and some odd workout programs that they do have. And it includes everything. Somebody did ask in the group. So to the right of all the workouts, if you look on that, you're going to see the fitness guides, nutrition plans, and things like that. So all those things are available as downloads inside your Beachbody On Demand. You get all the exact same benefits today, same price and everything currently, $38.87 a quarter. So, you know, $12, $13 a month. So they've obviously added a lot of value. I think they estimate right now, if you were to purchase all the products in there, that's all $2,000 worth of videos or exercise programs available right now. And when I show you the marketing part of it, I think you're going to really like what you have here, because we got a pretty cool thing we can do with this. This is going to be our main thing for marketing the business moving forward for a while, at least as long as it's free, but free trial. So here's what's currently in the library and what they're adding. So they're adding purchase programs. They got, you know, basically you can see what they have. You can see what they added in April. So they added 4 more programs. They're going to be adding more in March or May. And like I said, they're going to keep on adding and adding more programs. So there's the value.
Trying to listen to direct.
And so there's a challenge pack. There's actually 2 of them. There's a standard challenge pack that has the club, or has the Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. That's $140. And the first 30 days is free for them on the club, and then I'm going to bill them starting the 2nd month. The club Kickstart, all that is they're adding the 3-day refresh. So if somebody wants to kind of kickstart their kind of their diet or nutrition journey, they can get the Kickstart for $180. One thing it does not include the 3 Shakeology sample packets, because they're getting the full thing of Shakeology. So those are the 2 challenge packs. The 30-day free trial offer. Customers need to opt in, so they're going to get an email that looks like this right over here after they've bought one of the challenge packs, and they're getting an email saying they can, you know, opt in here. It will get their credit card, ask for their credit card information. So if you do get somebody to purchase this, make sure they know that, so that they're not surprised if they do get, you know, because they will get billed starting, you know, after that 30-day trial is over, for the club at $38.87. And here's a FAQ on that. You might want to write that down. There's quite a few of them actually, and I can put them up on Team for Evolution. Toolkit. So you got a lot of stuff in your back office. It's under the marketing tab under products and toolkits. I will try this. I'm not sure if this will work or not. So this is it showing up? Nope, it's only going to show my PowerPoint. So I'm trying to show you my back office, but it's not going to let me do that. So that's the limitation to this. Pardon my little delay here. Okay, so I was going to show you what's in your back office. There's quite a bit of stuff back there for you guys to access, training guides and tips, and there's all sorts of things for marketing the club. But like I said, I'm going to show you some stuff I think you're going to like. Here's some good numbers for you guys to understand. You might want to write these down because you can share them with some of your other coaches and stuff. So club sales increased 40% in March. Pretty darn good this year over last year because of the Beachbody On Demand. Over a 15% increase in club members the first month. So that's a pretty substantial number. Just here again, because of the value that's in that, the Beachbody On Demand. The WOWY group is up now 27%, 25% increase in daily active users week over week. And I had a note on that too. Do you remember what that was, Angie? There were something like the average person going in is trying 9 different workouts.
Yeah, because they're also doing the workout du jour of the day kind of thing. So that's why they're trying all these different workouts now.
Yeah, so the people who get in here are getting exposed to a lot more, a different set of, instead of just finding one workout like P90X, they're hit my keyboard. Apologize for this. 25% increase in daily active users. Like I said, and the nice thing too, they're trying an average of 9 different workout programs. So that means that they're not just getting one workout, so they're going to be exposed to more. So there's a potential for them if they decide to buy programs, they're going to get more. They might purchase some programs down the road or something because now they've had exposure to so many more of them. So that's a really good thing. There's 9 different programs. So. Okay, some best practices. So here's what some of the coaches did. Megan Ewaldson, she's an 11-star coach. She sold 15 challenge packs in March using her little thing here, the March Misfits. She focused on marketing a hybrid workout, targeting the demographics of her demographics, which was women. Meaning she kind of put together a hybrid workout, try a little bit of this one, try a little bit of that one, and got that diversity in there for people to try different programs. She also invited through her coach sneak peek group. We have a coach that's going to be doing a training on that. So I'm not going to get into what a sneak peek group is. Some of you may know what that is. Highlighted thousands of dollars in value. So here again, this is the key to this thing. Instead of buying one workout program for whatever $120 or whatever it is, or challenge pack, they're getting over $2,000 worth of videos exercise programs that they can try. So this is a big shift for us, a huge one, especially when I share with what I got for you. All right. And another person was Melissa Wilson. She sold 7 club challenge packs. She basically focused on the value, which again is that that $2,000 worth of value in there. And she did her stuff through social media, accessing your programs anywhere. Because remember, you can put these on your phone. If you get one of those little armbands, you can put your iPhone or whatever phone you got in there, and you can be working out in the gym. You can be working out in a park somewhere or something like that. This program has that capabilities. So for her business impact, she had a larger group of coaches, a variety of coaches, with more of them sticking with their program. So that's pretty significant that probably because of that variety and the larger variety, more coaches, they're not dropping off that program because some people quit pretty quick. So a good selling point for you guys, for all of us, as we, start to go out there and share with the value of the Beachbody On Demand. Tisha Backman, 2-star coach. She sold 5 club challenge packs in March. Her thing is about here again, the diversity and the value. So there's a common theme here with all these people that did a pretty good job of selling this stuff. The nice thing is that she added here too, if you think about it, you get it today. So they're not having to wait 5 to 7 or more days to wait for their DVDs to arrive in the mail.
But there is a 24, 48-hour waiting period, though.
They said it's up to 48 hours that they've been doing it. They've been loading them. Basically what happens is you buy a workout program, they actually stick it in your back office for you or in your club area. So they get access to their workout program within 24 to 48 hours instead of waiting 5 to 7 days. So that means they can get started quicker, and they're not waiting for that long time and maybe get off the excitement. And
what's awesome about that is it kind of takes care of that Amazon issue with the Prime shipping.
Yeah, we got free shipping.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's another good thing to kind of put in your tool belt when you're talking to people. If people are still looking to get that, Amazon Prime free shipping, get it in 2 days or whatever, this kind of gives you a little bit of extra leverage.
Yeah, that's a good point. So for those of you who don't know that, Beachbody sells their programs on Amazon. There's a good reason they do that. It was to protect, and we won't get into that because it's a whole other training we did, but it's to protect all the pirates and stuff that were out there, and that's why they did it. But there is a rub in that you might get this sometime, but some of the coaches will lose the sale potentially because they can get free shipping. If they got the Amazon Prime, they can get the shipping faster, usually in 2 days or so. And some coaches were losing some sales, so this is a way for us to reclaim those. So that was a good point, Angie. And Netflix. So they basically said when it comes to, essentially this is going to be $12 a month or so, a little bit more than that. So if somebody goes, well, that's kind of, if they get to the point where it says, man, that's kind of too expensive, the way Tisha's putting it here is Netflix. She goes, this is like Netflix or some of the other online, video system that you pay monthly for. So essentially all we're doing is taking, $2,000, and adding that more value to that every month. And now we're kind of like the Netflix of in-home fitness, so to speak. And I think this is the last one. She's actually showing customers previews of the programs on sale by the month through the on-demand catalog, and then until they can get access to the programs. And she's had a really good response. She had 5 club challenge packs sold in March. So she's now selling more challenge packs and more club memberships. Here again, it's the value. And she's stating that people are staying on the Shakeology longer as well. Now, this is where I think is the cool stuff. So I'm going to share with you some stuff that we learned. You want to say something, Andrew?
Because you're a numbers guy.
Yep. Oh, Krista Donovan, one more. She's the last one. She promoted her stuff via social media. Here again, different programs, variety. So it's that diversity and variety that people are, all these people that sold higher numbers of stuff that month or last month. Her thing, the free trial, is the game changer, and that's the key that I'm going to be talking to you guys about here in just a minute, because what I'm going to share with you, I think, is going to be pretty powerful for you. So let's get into the free trial. So there's a free 30-day trial that you guys can do, and this is a snapshot from teambeachbody.com, my coach ID there, and right here you send them to your Team Beachbody page, and there's a place here for them to sign up for Beachbody On Demand and get a free 30 days. They don't have to buy a program. They don't have to do anything. They can get free 30 days of the Beachbody On Demand, nothing else that they have to purchase. And we don't know how, they said they didn't know how long this was going to last, but they will have to put their credit card information in because they will automatically get billed just like the people that come in that have purchased a program. So they will get billed up to 30 days. So if you're getting somebody in here for free, now think about this, somebody can try $2,000 worth of in-home fitness programs from Beachbody with our powerful brand for free for 30 days. Now, if you coach them and we coach them right, and you get them on programs, you get them to try different ones, they're going to find something they like. If not, maybe 2 programs. Maybe they want to buy something, or if nothing else, stay on the club. Now here's where when we talk to Kevin and Milan. So we have a system that we've done called the My Hot Market system. You can find it here. You guys are all welcome to write that down. I can put it up on the Team for Revolution page. But what this is, and I'm not going to get into the training, it's about a 30-minute long training, and we learned this from some people, friends of ours in the network marketing profession, Lisa Grossman and Curtis Broom. They worked this program with their some of their people. This is pretty key. They moved into a new company they were starting. They took 6 new distributors that had never done network marketing, and in 6 months that turned into 252 distributors using the hot market system for their product, which was not, I don't think, as good as our product. So what this is briefly is you're going to make a list of 20 people that if you were broken down on the side of the road, if you picked up the phone and said, hey, I need you to come pick me up, my car's broken down, or any other kind of an issue, these people would be here and they go, you know what, for you without fail. And what you're going to do is you're going to call these people up and you're going to ask them to do you a favor. Now, in this case, when I did the training, it was the training that you're going to see there is focused on getting people to purchase Shakeology Home Direct for $130. Now, that's a good deal. Now we're going to add in where people can purchase the premium club and Shakeology Challenge Pack, which is $140 or $180 if they get the Kickstart version of it. So now you can go to these people once you watch that training, or really anybody, and you can say, hey, what I'd like you to do, would you do me a favor? I'm trying to win this contest. I'm trying to hit Success Club. Would you do me a favor and try out my Shakeology Challenge Pack or just Shakeology Home Direct? Now, here's the key is this number 3rd one. You can also take and do the Shakeology sample pack here. Now think about this. So here's what Kevin and Milan have been testing and said they're getting some success with. They're getting people to get the free 30 days of the Beachbody On Demand, and then they're getting them to invest just $29 right here, their retail price. So they, our cost is $22.46, so they're making $7.50. Not a lot of money. But what they're doing is they're getting them to commit to 7 days. And they're still testing this, and we're going to be testing it too. So it's not necessarily, this is not like cast in stone, but this is an idea for you guys to think about when it comes to marketing. If somebody says, I really can't afford $130 for Shakeology, then you can say, why don't you try my Shakeology sample pack? And they get 6 of the Shakeologies, one, kind of all the different flavors. And there's a couple other different packages you could put together and market to them as well. But now you can get somebody to try our workouts, $2,000 worth of workouts, get them on Shakeology for $30, and then work with them just absolutely diligently for that 7 days, making sure they're doing their shake every day, make sure they're getting that workout. Knowing what your people are, you can maybe kind of tailor a workout program for them. Say maybe you want to do this one from P90X, you might want to try this one from 10-Minute Trainer, you might want to try this one from Insanity, or whatever it is, and you might want to maybe just work kind of a customized fitness program for your people together. And now they're getting $2,000 worth of programs that they can have access to for a full 30 days, and then you're trying to get them to get on the Shakeology. So if they get hooked on that Shakeology, they start feeling better, and they will in 7 days. And that's what Kevin and Milan said. These people are feeling better in 7 days, and they're now going to get them to then buy Shakeology Home Direct. So this is what I'm excited about, because we now have so much value that we can offer your coach prospects, your customers. If you want to do challenge group, you can do a Shakeology sample challenge group where everybody has to come in and purchase a $30 sample thing and do a 7-day challenge group. Anybody can do anything for 7 days. That's kind of what the whole success is behind 21-Day Fix, is people can now get a group of people together and say, let's do this for just 7 days. I just want 7 days of your time. I'm going to give you $2,000 worth of product. I want you to try my company shake. Like I said, you can buy some of the other sampler packs if they don't want to try the vegan stuff or one of the other, because there's the vegan stuff in here. You can kind of put together your own thing. You can still try and get them to do the Shakeology Premium Club. Here again, everything's got that 30-day money-back guarantee, so then they're going to get Shakeology, they're going to get access to the club, and at the end of that 30 days. So what this has done for me, in my aspect, is now I can put together a program for somebody that goes anywhere from 7 days up to 30 days, but the main thing is the value. You saw what those coaches were talking about in those other slides. They're getting that huge value of $2,000 worth of workouts. You can put together a custom program, get them to try several different workouts, because right now, prior to Beachbody On Demand, if you think about it, people would buy one workout program. If they started P90X and it was too hard for them, or whatever program they bought, they're not necessarily stuck with that program, but now they're discouraged because they go, man, I just can't do that. But now you get them to try the free club member, or the free Beachbody On Demand, and you go and say, hey, try this workout, and they go, man, I couldn't do that. It's way too hard for me. Now you can get them, back it off a little bit and try something else.
What I like about this too, Blake, is two things. One, it's going to be a great way, like a lead collector, because now you're going to be able to get these people to sign up. They're going to be linked to you in your back office through their email. And the second part, they have to use a legitimate email. They can't use bogus emails because like you said, to activate the club membership with the Beachbody On Demand, they have to have a valid email. They have to, they'll get an email from Beachbody to accept it. So, because sometimes we get bogus emails from people because they don't, for whatever reason. But anyway, that was just kind of something that came to me while you were talking. Great way to get people into your system, linked to you by their legitimate email address, and you've got to make sure they understand they have to give you a real email address, or they're not going to get access to the Beachbody On Demand.
Yeah, and I think, wasn't it too, they had to have a U.S.-based zip code, so you couldn't sign somebody up in another country, right? Yeah,
I think that the problem with that was there was problems with other countries, and because our workouts haven't been approved or something there.
Yeah, well, they got to put a credit card in anyway, so it's going to have to be a legitimate address and email and all that type of stuff to get the free thing. Just if you're getting them on a 7-day program, or if you're getting them on a 30 days, if they're on Shakeology Home Direct or whatever, just make sure you hit them about the 25th, 26th day of the month and say, hey, I just want to remind you that, you're going to be getting billed for, number one, if they got on Shakeology Home Direct, they're going to be getting another one, and, for charge for another one in a few days, and they're also going to be getting charged the $38.87 for the Beachbody On Demand.
So now, when a person buys the Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, they have to re-enter their credit card again when they get the email? I wouldn't think so.
It looks like it from what I saw.
Does anybody know that if somebody buys the Challenge Pack, do they have to re-enter their credit card number once? Because that might throw some people off a little bit. Like, I already paid for my Challenge Pack, and I have to put the credit card information again, because the Challenge Pack is implied that you're getting the Beachbody On Demand with the Shakeology. I don't know, I'm a little confused, so I'm going to have to look into that, not unless somebody knows what that might be.
Yeah, good point. So something we can look up and post to the group. Okay, so continuing on, so this is what I was excited about, was this pretty much this one slide right here. This is pretty significant if you really think about the power we now have to market your business with the Beachbody On Demand, the Shakeology sample pack, and you've lowered that cost of entry for people for, if they can't afford $140 or a couple $100, for they can now get in for literally as low as $29. So I think it's an amazing thing. I think it's going to really rock our business. They don't know how long they're going to keep this free. It could be for a while. We don't know. They don't know. So I'd tell you to jump on it as soon as you can. And you don't have to just use this for the My Hot Market system. You can use this for building your business if you're doing the business opportunity side of things. Like I said, there's $2,000 of real-world value in there, and that's a huge thing that we've never had in the 8 years we've been with this company. So we're getting close. You might want to write these down. These are some FAQs for you on the club and the trial membership and all that type of stuff. So I'll leave this up. You can write them down. They're available in the back office as well, but a lot of people get lost back there because there's so much stuff. And that's kind of pretty much, if anybody has, I can take a few more, maybe some questions. If anybody wants to put in the chat. And I can't guarantee, we're not experts. We just saw this at the, in Cancun, so I'm by far not an expert on everything here. Let's see if there's any questions. All the programs aren't there yet. Body Beast isn't there, and I think there was actually a mistake because somebody said it was posted accidentally on Facebook, but Body Beast currently is not. Oh, and I will mention one other thing. There were people, but one of the I'll put this back up. One of the FAQs here is optimal system setting. So a lot of the questions that came up in Cancun were that people were having trouble with playing the videos. They were, delaying and not playing and stuff like that. And what customer service came up to was this issue right here, was that a lot of people did not have the optimal system settings for their computers, and that was causing most of the problems. And it was not all Beachbody's systems. It was operator error on the customer not having the proper optimal system settings. But there is some Beachbody issues, they said too, that they are working through. So there could be some hiccups because we're growing pretty quick. So looks like somebody said we're getting Body Beast supposed to be coming under purchase programs in May. What if somebody doesn't have an email? They go get a free email. I mean, Yahoo, Gmail, anybody can have an email nowadays. Now, if they don't have a computer, well, can't help with that, but they're not going to be able to watch the Beachbody On Demand stuff anyway if they don't have a phone or computer or iPad or something like that, tablet, whatever. But if they don't have an email, they can go get a Gmail or a Yahoo Mail. To figure out, Amy Capra, figure out the best way to do a challenge group with a 6-pack of Shakeology and a 30-day free trial. Cool. Yeah, that's what I think that will be pretty successful, Amy, is doing that, getting a group of people together, 7 days, get them going, work with them, and that's what Kevin and Amon said. They're getting people to they're feeling better and getting some success, and then they're upgrading to, home direct and stuff like that on Shakeology if you really work with them for that 7 days. $30 is think about it, that's such a low cost investment for people to get involved with our business, or not the business, but, becoming customers, and then, starting that variety of workouts. So anyway, that's it. We kept it at 30 minutes, which is good. I hope that was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys will be able to use that. And if you do, if you start using some of the, the 7-day, the 6-pack of Shakeology, or if you start doing some of the My Hot Market system, share it with the group on what's working. I can tell you that, we've had people using that system, using the Shakeology. Here's the thing that's designed to do, and you'll see it in the training. It's designed to put a couple $100 in a brand new coach's pocket in the first 30 days. Because if they get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sales of Shakeology, when you watch the original training, you're selling Shakeology home direct, asking them to do you a favor. There's no risk because they get that 30-day money back guarantee. But then they're going to make that profit, and then if the customer likes it, then they can stay on it, and then everything goes like that. Here's the other thing that you'll find that My Hot Market system does is pretty phenomenal. Is that you're going to get people that if you ask them to buy the challenge pack, or you ask them to buy the Shakeology, you're going to get people that say, I don't have the $130, I don't have the $140, I don't have the $180, whatever you're trying to market to them. What they just did when they do that, if you think about this, they just said, I need a business opportunity because I can't afford $130 in Shakeology. So now they've just raised their hand and said, so when you watch that training, realize that the goal of that is for you to make a couple $100 or your new coach to make a couple $100 their first 30 days. Now they can go back after that whenever they make their first profit and think about it within that 30-day or this is actually a 7-day thing. I'm sorry. Getting mixed up between the trainings, but so the My Hot Market system is a 7-day thing to try and put a couple $100 in their pocket in 7 days doing the My Hot Market system. And I'll post that back on Team for Revolution again. It's in one of the trainings we've done. It's in our Go Emerald training. If they get people, and they will, that say I can't afford 130, 140 bucks, whatever it is. Like I said, they've just raised their hand and say I need financial help. Now you can go back to them and talk to them about the business opportunity, and you can tell them, you know what, Hazel, you told me, you said that you couldn't afford my $130 for Shakeology. Well, my first 7 days of my new business with Team Beachbody, I went through and did this My Hot Market system, and I put, 100, 200, 300 bucks in my pocket, and I can show you how to do the same thing. So that's what we have here with this stuff here between the My Hot Market system and the new Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand, so we're combining all these things together. So with that, I'm going to close it out for the night and call her good. And we will see you guys next Thursday. I think I did record this. See if it did stick. And I'll get that if it did. So with that, I'm going to close it up with everybody tonight. Thanks for joining us. I hope it's been a help for you guys. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday and seeing you on Team Fit Revolution. So good night.